Hi y'all, my name's Caitlin. I'm a doctoral intern at Student Counseling Services at Iowa State University. I just really wanted to take some time to first start by saying that we are in a pretty difficult and challenging time right now as a community and as a world globally. And because of that, it feels really important to reach out and share with you all some hopefully helpful resources on what we might be able to do to continue to attend to ourselves, our mental health, and our physical well-being during this time. Right now might be a time when we find ourselves feeling some pretty intense and difficult emotions. And I want to start by saying that that's okay. We are all in a really difficult time, and to feel anything and to feel what you're feeling right now is okay. It's very appropriate. Any and all emotions right now are definitely okay. Why? Because emotions are data. Emotions communicate to us something about what's happening inside of us or what's happening around us. We can experience our emotions in terms of an affective state. This is kind of how we typically talk about emotions. Could be, I feel sad, I feel scared, I feel anxious, I feel angry. We can also feel our emotions in terms of physical sensations. This could be butterflies in our stomach, it could be a rapid heartbeat, it could be sweaty palms, it could be shortness of breath. And it's normal for our emotions to show up as affect and physical sensations at the same exact time, but it's also not abnormal for us to experience our emotions in one way or the other. So emotions are data. They're important for us to have, to understand about our world, but emotions can definitely get in the way for us, especially if they feel big, if they feel uncontrollable, if they feel like too much for us. And there are things that we can do about it, which are really great. And so what I'm wanting to share with you all today are what we call grounding exercises. Grounding exercises are coping strategies that we can use to help us really center in and focus in on particular things. It could be our breath, it could be a physical sensation, it could be something outside of us in our environment that just sort of narrows in our focus, grounds us, makes us more present in that moment rather than getting drawn to something in the future or pulled back to something in the past. So I'm going to focus on 3 grounding exercises. The first that I want to talk to you about is called the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 exercise. Sometimes I talk about it as the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 game. And what this asks you to do is to focus on your 5 senses. So I'll just list them, and it might be a time where you want to pause, take out a piece of paper to jot some of these down. But when we're feeling, when we're feeling an intense emotion, when we're feeling overwhelmed, when we're feeling that wave of anxiety come to us, let's think about our 5 senses. And we'll start by naming 5 things that we can see, 4 things that we can touch with your body, on your skin, underneath your seat, 3 things that you can hear in your environment. Maybe we even have a voice that's kind of our internal dialogue that's speaking to us, 2 things that you can smell, and 1 thing that you can taste. Sometimes we kind of have to get a little bit creative with that one. Maybe it's what we would like to be tasting in that moment. And just really focus in on naming for ourselves those things. Let go of other things that might be pulling at us in that moment. That might be what we feel in our body. It might be what's happening outside of us, but just really focus on counting each of those senses. So that's the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 exercise. Another grounding exercise is simply using our breath. We talk about this as a pace breathing exercise. And what it asks us to do is, again, use counting to time out our breath. So we're going to breathe in for 4 to 5 seconds. And just feel that breath fill your lungs, what happens in your body as you breathe in. Just really attend to, in that moment, how is your body responding to that breath in. And after 4 to 5 seconds, what you're going to do is you're going to breathe out for 6 to 7 seconds. Again, slowly focusing on what happens in your body as you let that breath out. I'd encourage you to do this for at least 30 seconds. If you can tolerate doing it longer, great. But again, what's important in that moment is to let go of those things that are causing you to stress and focus on your breath. The last thing that I want to share with you focuses on your body. And I just call this a fingertip squeeze. And what this asks you to do is to take one of your hands and grab your fingertip and just squeeze it. And what this will do is create a physical sensation, a pressure in your finger. And what you can do in this moment is just think into your fingers. I know that sounds funny, but just what does it feel like? What does your hands feel like as you are rhythmically moving from finger to finger and creating that physical sensation? You can do this for as long as feels comfortable, but again, it's just really focusing on, in your hands, what does that feel like for you? The last thing, and this isn't a grounding exercise, but the last thing that we can do for ourselves right now is to be really, really diligent about our self-care. It is so incredibly important for us to give to ourselves right now. What we are thinking, what we're feeling, what we're having to navigate is taking a lot from us, and we are needing to be extra intentional about what we're going to give back to ourselves. I hope that these exercises can be helpful for you, and just remember that SCS will continue to be here as a form of support for you. Give us a call. We'd be happy to continue to support you all. Thank you.